Welcome Wastelanders, I'm Ian Higton and this is Fallout Friday, your weekly roundup of Fallout 4 news and theories. After last week's news blackout, we've finally been treated to a big burst of info, coming in the form of official Bethesda announcements and unofficial and potentially slightly spoilery non-Bethesda leaks. But don't worry, I'll give you plenty of warning before the possible spoilery stuff starts, so you can stop the video if you'd prefer not to watch. Firstly, over on their Twitter account, Bethesda not only let us know that all 27 versions of Fallout 4 have now gone gold, but they also confirmed that preloading will be available on Xbox One, PS4 and PC. This means as long as you digitally pre-ordered and preloaded Fallout 4, the game should unlock for you at exactly 12 AM on the 10th of November. Hooray for not having to wait! Oh, and Bethesda also released a bunch of new images from their soon-to-be-released art book this week. I'm not going to go through them all here, but I'll put a link to the blog post that shares them in the description below, because they're totally worth checking out, if only for the fact that you get to see Mr. Handy naked, some beautiful renders of the shish kebab weapon, and what looks like a Nuka-Cola gun. Obviously this is just concept art, so the Nuka-Cola gun may not actually appear in the full game, but still, such pretty, very drawings. Fallout beer was also announced by Bethesda at the end of last week. It's made in collaboration with Carlsberg, so you can expect it to taste like Brahmin piss. A case of 12 Fallout beers will cost you £29.99, and far be it from me to tell you what to do with your money, but if you're that keen to wee away 30 quid, perhaps just buy some Tesco value lager. You'll get 40 cans for a tenner, and you can give the rest of the cash to charity. Looks like Xbox gone done slipped up and released Fallout 4's Xbox One control scheme a little early. If you load up the Xbox One Smart Glass app, search for Fallout 4 and then head to the Game Help section, you'll get a good look at all the lovely button prompts you'll be using in 11 days' time. Notable new additions to the control scheme include the ability to hold RB to throw grenades, rather than having to equip them as in previous installments. RB has a dual use though, you can also melee or bash opponents with a simple button press, although I'll put money on the fact that this means I'll be throwing out accidental grenades every time something makes me jump. Fans of moving slightly faster than walking will be happy to know that there is now sprint in the game. Clicking in the left stick will tell the sole survivor to do a fat legger around the wasteland, handy for escaping from hungry super mutants. The control scheme also confirms the addition of a quick slot menu mapped to the D-pad, so you can whip out your favourite weapons whenever you want to, rather than continually having to enter your Pip-Boy's inventory. Oh Bethesda, look at you trying to get to third base with us by releasing some surprise Fallout 4 footage. You know it'll work as well, I'd totally put out for less. The video for the melon mashing big leagues perk lasts a grand total of 14 seconds, but there's more than enough time to spot some cool new details. For instance, here we can see that we'll need to be level 42 to unlock the highest tier of the big leagues perk and smash some raider skulls. Plus we also get a blink and you'll miss it look at the new looting system. There are two options available, take and transfer. Take is pretty obvious, you'll instantly yoink an item from their pocket into yours. Transfer, however, is open to interpretation. Some feel that it's just a fancy name for take all, but I think transfer will be more like traditional looting, opening up a window that will allow you to take from or put things into the person's pocket from your own inventory. Things like grenades. Okay, let's be honest, it'll only be used for grenades, but that's fine by me. This week, achievement and trophy tracking website Exophase released the full trophy list for Fallout 4. There are 51 trophies in total, and while many are self-explanatory, there are a select few that invite speculation and point towards potential story arcs. Be warned though, potential spoilers and wild speculation follow, so turn back now if you don't want to hear any details about Fallout 4's story. Okay, let's start off with an easy one. War Never Changes looks to be the first achievement you will earn, simply for making it through the pre-war prologue and entering the wasteland. Expect this to pop as soon as the hatch for Vault 111 opens and you first lay your eyes on the ruins of Boston. The image for When Freedom Calls leads me to believe that this trophy will be awarded for rescuing potential companion-to-be Preston Garvey. As seen in the E3 gameplay reveals, the player first meets Preston and his Commonwealth Minutemen while they are hiding from a raider attack in the Museum of Freedom. Fancy a breather from all the looting and the shooting? The home run and touchdown trophy suggest we'll be able to take part in sporting events, which might make a nice change of pace from all the VATS-based violence. You can bet at least one of these, probably home run, will take place in Diamond City, which is built on the ruins of Boston's Fenway Park. Of course, they could also tie into the big league perk somehow, but again, it's all open for interpretation at this point. Reunions may contain the biggest spoiler in the whole achievement list. If I'm correct, it could tie in with my own personal theory that the sole survivor will leave Vault 111 to track down his child, who we briefly glimpse as a baby in the reveal trailer. The trophy image shows Vault Boy chasing after a baby in a pram, but this could just be symbolic. For all we know, baby survivor could be fully grown when we finally meet him or her, and of course it may not be a happy reunion at all. What if this one drops after you stumble across the skeletal remains of your family? But then again, going by this next trophy, there's a good chance that when you do finally bump into your long lost offspring, they'll be a lot older than you. The image for Nuclear Family shows Vault Boy holding the hand of what I assume to be an old dying man. Could this old man be the child you lost? If they were released from Vault 111 before you, it stands to reason that, while the cryo chambers kept you young, the fruit of your loins would continue to age normally. Fallout 4 needs to have a Megaton moment. Watching the destruction of Megaton from atop Tenpenny Tower in Fallout 3 was one of the last generation's most memorable moments, so could the nuclear option present the player with a similar moral dilemma? Oh, and that building being blown up in the trophy image? That looks to me like it could be the Great Dome of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. The MIT is home to the world's second largest university-based nuclear reactor, so it doesn't take a great leap to imagine that this quest involves blowing that reactor and levelling the university. Now, thanks to a quest in Fallout 3 called the Replicated Man, we know that in the Fallout universe, the Institute is a shadowy organisation that possesses the ability to produce sentient androids that look exactly like humans. The institutionalised, mankind redefined and powering up trophies add weight to this idea. The image for institutionalised gives off an ominous vibe. Mankind redefined suggests they are trying to create androids who are better than human, and the image for powering up shows android-like figures standing behind Vault Boy. Ad Victoriam translates as to victory. It's hard to tell from the image, but it looks like Vault Boy is stood in front of a gigantic robot foot. Could we see a Liberty Prime Mark II making an appearance? Adding weight to the theory that a lot of Fallout 4's story will revolve around the Institute and androids, the trophy Tradecraft asks you to join the Railroad. In Fallout 3, the Railroad was an underground organisation that helped androids and humans escape from a life of slavery. Could joining the Railroad lead us on the path to the Nuclear Option trophy? Maybe it could. Who knows? I'm just guessing. As well as for joining the Railroad, there are also trophies for joining the Brotherhood of Steel and the Minutemen. Could these be the game's three main factions? It's also interesting to note that there is no trophy for joining the Institute. Could that be more proof that they're the bad guys? Finally, the trophy description for Prepared for the Future states decide the fate of the Commonwealth, and shows a tooled up Vault Boy standing in front of what looks like a burning city. This is almost certainly confirmation of multiple endings for the main storyline, but will you play the good guy or let the world burn? I'm not sure what I'll choose yet, but it's going to be so much fun finding out. So those are my theories based on Fallout 4's leaked trophy list. If you've spotted anything I've missed or think I'm totally wrong about something, do let me know in the comments below. Right, I'm finally done. Phew, I think I need to be locked inside a cryo chamber after talking for so long. Anyway, I'll see you all next week for the final Fallout Friday before the launch of Fallout 4. Oh my god, Colin, I'm so freaking excited!